Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well, and today we're going to talk about Tattoo Chef as it is making some crazy moves today, and there was two pieces of news which probably caused that, as well as a little bit of a short squeeze on Tattoo Chef because it is a little bit of a shorted stock at the moment. A lot of these growth stocks are definitely picking up the shorts. I'm sure you've seen it on like the I see it on my YouTube comments, but also on like if you ever go onto Yahoo Finance and go on like the conversation tab, there's short sellers are out in force and very much like when FOMO hits a bull market and it just gets, the FOMO builds up and it goes a little bit crazy. The same happens when the stocks actually go down for the short sellers. They kind of get FOMO'd and the short interest gets heavier and heavier, and eventually we find a peak, and then we see the reversal once again, and it looks like we might kind of be getting there a little bit on some of these growth stocks at the moment. There's been today as well was the stock market didn't do fantastic today, but a lot of these growth stocks were slightly seeing a bit of a recovery. But yeah, we'll talk everything Tattoo Chef for today, a Tattoo Chef Wednesday video. But if you could smash the like button, if you are new here, subscribe. Look how frustrating this is. Now this might change by the time the video actually goes up, but at the moment 9.99k subscribers. Yeah, we're literally like 10 subs short of 10k. That is so frustrating, so hopefully we can change that very soon. It'd be really good to get to 10k. And if you do want to join the private stock market group and know when I'm buying and selling companies, the link is in the description. If you do want to start investing, there's some links to some brokers in the description as well. But Tattoo Chef, TTCF, very, very strong day, 10%. And this is the thing with a lot of these like small market cap stocks, this is the reason why, when the stock market goes down, these stocks have the potential to go down faster and more than what the indexes are, but at the same time they have the potential to go up very quickly as well, and the tide can change very, very quickly in these sort of stocks. Like I say, I think some of this as well was a little bit of a short squeeze as well, because it is a bit more of a shorted stock at the moment. But yeah, a very good day, and just a point of view of like where we've been. This is where we had roughly the bottom, and you can see we're just starting to spike up a little bit here. We're back at prices we were at about a month ago, so it looks like we're putting a slight little bottom in here. We'll see if it holds up. You never know, but yeah, if it is the bottom, then I'm very happy with this one. My average on this one is fantastic, and it's a company I've got a lot of belief in. I've been saying quite a bit on Discord, like DraftKings and Tattoo Chef are two of my favourite stocks at the moment, and two that I've been really focusing on buying. But I think the news really did come off two things. One thing we kind of knew about, so I don't know how the move was exactly tied to this one. I think it was the second piece of news that we'll talk about in a second. But it completed the acquisition of New Mexico Foods. We did a full video on this one when it was announced. Very, very quick to go through actually. I think the acquired said they were going to acquire this. I think was it like 2 weeks ago, I believe it was now. And I think like when they acquired this, like the stock, generally I think it didn't do much. In fact, it might have gone down on this news. And I was like, oh my goodness. And like you guys on the Patreon knew, like as soon as this news came out and the stock like actually went down a little bit, I was like, this is crazy. This is like such good news for the company. And I think I posted on Patreon, I think like on the day like this came out, I actually increased my position by like 30% or something. And yeah, it's really, really, really good. Now the reason why this was so good is because they purchased this for a very good amount of money, 37 million. And with that, they also got the New Foods of Mexico with the food they already produce, which helps them with retail, potentially moving into the food service side of the business as well. But as well as that, what if Tattoo Chef kind of carried on doing what they were doing at the moment with the amount of partnerships they have, the amount of growth they're doing with a lot of retails, there's no way they could have kept the production up with the factories that they have. They would have at some point needed to go and acquire some or purchase some new factories for what the amount of food that they're actually producing. So yeah, this is really good because at some point, if they wanted to go out and purchase a factory, you're talking, somewhere between $5 million, $10 million. If we talk about actually like purchasing it, putting all the machinery in there and everything like that, we're talking a decent amount. And then you do that twice over, you're talking somewhere between 10 million and 20 million anyway for just them factories. And then you put in the point of view of like, oh, then you get the foods of New Mexico and you get, some of the dishes that they might have already, the brands they have already. Really, really good. Whoever found this and decided, okay, this is a good thing to go purchase, shout out to it was, I don't know if it was Sam Glatty or Sarah Glatty down there that might have saw this opportunity, but yeah, whoever it was, it's a really good spot and it will really help the company develop. And it was something that needed to do, but just all coming at once for that price is really impressive. So that was the first news. We kind of knew about that one a lot already, but just to kind of a quick recap on this one. But the one that probably sent it up a little bit more was this news that came out a little bit later. It's also worth saying that they also had to reclassify certain expenses as well. Don't know if that was exactly to do with the acquiring New Foods in Mexico, but yeah, Tattooed Chef launches vegetable products in Whole Foods market stores nationwide. So I was like, I knew that Tattooed Chef and Whole Foods had this partnership going on. I just couldn't remember exactly how the partnership was going. So I had a quick check, and I believe that the old partnership was that Whole Foods actually used to get their private label stuff. So this is actually the first like branded Tattooed Chef products actually going into Whole Foods. And it's going into the stores nationwide. So yeah, this is pretty good because obviously I think Whole Foods have like 500 stores, and we know that what Tattooed Chef said is that I think the jump was going to go from I think it was 4,000 stores to Q2. I think there was going to be 6,000 stores. I think that was the exact jump. So this is probably a big batch of that that they knew about and didn't exactly release it on earnings. Obviously we've got Albertsons. I think that was one that was ramping up, but Whole Foods is another good, I think like 500 stores. And the great thing as well is like obviously the thing to remember is Whole Foods is owned by Amazon, and we know what Amazon are looking, maybe considering to do, is expanding their retail footprint. And we know that if Amazon comes into your area, you've got a few problems. Unless you're an Amazon shareholder, then you're like, go on, get in there. But yeah, if you're a company and then all of a sudden you see Amazon's coming to your area, you're like, oh crap. They have a good history of taking a good market share. So yeah, great tie to have there as well. And if Amazon carry on expanding their retail footprint, could be something pretty good. And also, these were the two dishes that are currently going in at the moment. Obviously it's only two dishes, but we know what the history that of Tattooed Chef is, and that is when they go into a lot of these retail stores. You look at the Walmart, if you look at what has happened with Target, they go into these stores, they always sell very well, they give them more shelf space, they get more and more products. You only have to look at Target. I mean, that statement that came out in the conference call and was like, Target said it was like the best ever frozen food product. It was like, okay, that's something totally just nuts. And it's same again. If I've got the feeling if Tattooed Chef are going into some new stores and they start off small like this, and all I can see is more and more of their products going in there, and as well as that more and more products and more stores, it just all combines where they're just going to take over and be pretty much in like every store that is currently out there. So yeah, very, very, very good news from that point of view. And it, like I say, I think there'll be a few more of these throughout the year. But yeah, I think this is a great one because of the online sales, the stores they do have, and yeah, it'd be good to see how they do ramp this up going forward. But yeah, two good pieces of news with Tattooed Chef. Like I say, I don't think too much was with the acquisition side of it because we kind of knew that was happening, and when that sort of stuff comes out, stocks don't normally move. It's probably more because of this Whole Foods, and yeah, it'd be good to see how this ramps up compared to like the likes of the Target deal and the likes of the Walmart deals previously. Obviously they've ramped up well. So yeah, really good news on Tattooed Chef front. Thought I'd make a video on it. I want to try still make a lot of. I don't really make too many Tattooed Chef videos just because there's so many Tattooed Chef videos out there now, but I've covered this company for like a while now, so I still want to cover it now and then, especially when it makes some good moves like this. So yeah, I hope you did enjoy it anyway. But yeah, if you could smash that button if you are new, subscribe. Hopefully next time I see you guys it is 10k subs, which would be amazing. But yeah, I'll see you on the next video.